Hello, everyone, and welcome into HelenKennard.com. I'm Helen Kennard, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you so much for stopping by. I had some technical difficulties last night, and I don't know if it was the snow, sleet, really, that we had last night. Um, but for whatever reason, I could not get this to hook up right, but I tried for 30 minutes. Tonight was almost as bad, but anyway, I'm not going to whine about it. I'm up and going, so that's all that matters. I'm going to pop out of the window so that you guys can see this a little bit closer, but we're going to be using the Linked Together decorative mask to make these cards today. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I want to show you how to do this. This is a technique that the Artisan group shares with the demonstrators. They do a technique every Tuesday. And I'm going to go ahead and get started so that, we're not running late. But we're going to end up with 2 cards. And I've already done some of it so that it won't take so long. But I wanted to show you what we're going to be using tonight. And we have used the decorative mask before, but it's been a while. These come in a pack of 5, and you can layer them all together. We're going to be layering some of them together tonight, or by themselves. And they're just beautiful. But we're going to be layering 2 of them. And they are labeled for us. This one is number 1, and this one's number 5. It tells you so that you can remember which one you used. And then the other thing that's really cool is that they have a little notch right here that you can put these together. You put up, put them on top of each other like this. And then you know that it's going to be exactly where it needs to be. Now, if you're using it by itself, you wouldn't have to worry about that notch. But the notch allows you to put it on exactly where it needs to be so that it all matches. Now, when we've done it in the past, we've done it with flowers and leaves. So that really made a big difference. And not that this is that particular, but you can tell you want to keep the, I want to say the polka dotted part in the triangle that you're, so you want to try to make sure you get that pretty straight. So we're using the Linked Together decorative masks. We're going to be using the, what is it? Linked Together dies. We're going to use this die tonight. But I love this die. I'm going to set it right there. And then we're going to be the birch wood. I love that. But I've already, like I said, I've already done some of it. But what you're going to need is 2 pieces of basic white. One of them is 4 1/4 by, 4 by 5 1/4. It's going to go on the inside of this. So it's going to go on the inside. Now I went ahead and cut the other one the same dimensions as the outside of the card, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And that's because I want a little bit of a margin so that we can cut it out when we're done. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and layer this down. Now, I'm going to show you. Of course, it doesn't show it here, but you want a real crisp image there. And if you don't secure your bottom piece, then it's going to blur those images. So you don't want that. So I'm putting this here, which is painter's tape, just so that this paper doesn't move. Okay, and then the first mask I'm going to use is number 1. And I try to line it up so that it's all lined up right, if that makes sense, so that I've got a good margin on both sides and down, so that it's even there. So you kind of want to center it onto your paper, and then you're going to secure it as well. I think I am. So once you get it centered so that you have a little bit of a margin around it, and see, you don't want it moving like that. So if that's going to happen, then you want to go ahead and get this piece right here so it's not going anywhere. Okay. Now we're going to be using 2 colors, peach pie and Highland Heather, and we're going to be using the blending brushes. So that'll be the first thing that we do, is go ahead and add some peach pie. And again, you kind of want to, I start off on the outside. Some people start right into their main thing, but I don't like it. So I still get it deep in some of the areas, and you want to go both ways. I've talked to y'all about this before, but when you put ink on, you're getting it here and there. So if you're only going in one direction, then you're not going to get it all off of this. So you want to go in both directions to get all the ink off. Smooth it out. I'm going to try to smooth that out a little bit. Okay, and it doesn't have to be the exact smoothness all the way around. That gives it a little of character. All right, so now we're going to take number 5, and we're going to find that notch and put it exactly over that notch. And do the exact same thing where I now your ink is water-based, so all you have to do to clean this is run it under the sink. Okay, Highland Heather is next. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that you're going in both directions, because you want this I want to say deep enough that you can see it. Can you see how dark that is? You want it dark like that so that when you lift it up, you'll be able to see. And again, go in both directions. And you can kind of see in the little holes or the design to see where you need to add more. Now we're doing it on one sheet, but we're going to make two cards out of it. So you're going to lift this up, and there you go. All right, all I'm going to do is run both of these under the underwater, but I'm going to set them right over here for right now so I don't forget. Okay. Ooh, look how pretty that turned out. Do you see how I got a good image and it doesn't look blurred anywhere? The dark purple doesn't look blurred. Now, when you get here, for sure say hello, so I know who I'm stamping with. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Now, let me show you what we're going to do. Hey, Naomi. Oh, I hope you didn't get any of this yucky weather we're having. All right, now here's where the, y'all, I knew if I set this down, I wouldn't be able to find it. I found it. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the middle of this out with this die, but you want to make sure you're doing it in the middle because we're going to cut the margins off, and we don't want this skewed. You see what I'm saying? We don't want it over here where you're going to not get a good image. So let's get our embossing. Oops, y'all, I'm gonna have to turn this around there because it's hard to do it left-handed. Okay, again, you're paying attention to the whole picture and center it so that you've got the same on the top and the bottom and on the sides. And then just run it through. Just that easy. All right, we're gonna, let me put this die up before I lose it. I'm gonna have to put it right back in here. You'll see how to use the cut and emboss machine. All right. So there, we're ready for our 2 cards. Just that simple. Now we're going to go ahead and cut this off. So, because I'll be trying to put it on there without it being cut off. Okay. Do you see how I removed the I want to say the margin, but the side of this, so that you're only getting the image itself and not the white space. There. All right. We got both of them ready. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and work on our base. Now, do you see how that pops up? That's why you want to use your bone folders to get a crisp burnish there so it doesn't pop up all the time. So you can use anything that you want to on the inside. You can put your cinnamon in there or stamp something else if you want to. There we go. So that's on the inside. So on the outside, we are going to go ahead and take your cardstock and run it through using the Birch embossing folder. Can you see it? Isn't that gorgeous? Now I want to show you what we're going to do. We're going to distress it, and we're going to do it in the top left-hand corner. And how you distress it is go ahead and use a bone folder, and you're breaking down the fibers. Then you turn it the other way, go back the other way, and then back the other way. Now you can leave it like that if you want to, but what I want to do is to separate the cardstock just a little to distress it like that. Okay, so that is going to go on here like that. Okay, it kind of just gives it some interest, doesn't it? Like, what is that doing sitting up? All right. I like it. Okay, I put that on flat, and you've distressed that. Can you see it? Yeah. All right. So now what we're going to do is I cut out a piece of white with that same die that I just used, and I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. And I'm going to put one in the middle. I have several new people coming to my classes, and they've got some really cute questions to ask, like, how many of these do you put on? How many do you need of the dimensionals? And what I tell them is that you have to do it a while, and then you'll feel how many to put on. So like if I didn't put one in the middle, it would sink some, and I don't want it to sink. Now this one we're going to put right on top of it. Do you see that? Right on top. But we're going to put it flat because hey Susan, because we've already got this on with dimensionals. Does that make sense? So we're just going to put this on. On top. Okay. Oh, that just adds so much to it, doesn't it? All right. That's all you have to do there. All right, so almost done with this one. Now we're going to be using the bow punch. And we're going to be using, I've already punched out a bunch. I'm going to go ahead and use them, as many as I can. But I just got some scraps of Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and Gorgeous Grape, and then Peach Pie. So, same kind of colors that I used to blend with. Let me see how many I can get on here. And then we're going to use it like right here. And I'm going to put them on with glue dots so that the glue doesn't get all over the place. So I hope everybody's doing good throughout this whole weather mess that we have in eastern North Carolina. Naomi, we've had a big old storm, and it's been a mess. And I hope y'all didn't get any of it over in your neck of the woods. Okay. And we're just going to keep layering them up Ooh, I've got a frog in my throat. Naomi, I know that Ohio gets this kind of weather all the time. I was just whining about it last week when we had our other winter fest to my sister, and then I realized, you know what, I shouldn't even be complaining. I mean, people that live in places like Ohio, and where was my son last week, wherever it was, when they get storms, I mean, they really get a storm. But anyway, just keep adding until you feel like you've got enough. I think I'll add some small ones. And one down here. I could keep going, but I'm not. Just keep adding until you feel like you've got enough. Then we're going to take some ribbon and we're going to wrap it around. I'm going to use up this last little bit. Now look, you don't want to put your fingers together like that. You want it kind of big like that so that you have enough room to put these. Okay, then you take it and pinch it in the middle. And like that. See, pinch it in the middle. And then go ahead and glue dot it. I'm going to use 2 glue dots. There. We're going to set it right here. There. See how pretty that is? All right. Now what we're going to do is take some black scraps that's sitting right here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Okay. Now, do you see how I'm just tapping? Some of my new customers were pushing way down, and then they'd get it all over their cardstock. So I want you to see, you just go tap, tap, tap. The more you stamp, the more you'll see that how much is enough. It all gets better by doing it. An experience, I guess. Okay, one done. Let's go ahead and get this one done, and we'll have both of them done for the next card. right, both of those done. Now what we're going to do is just cut around it. And it doesn't have to be like really close. But you want to cut around the letters. We had a sunshiny day here in New Hampshire today. Wow. Oh boy, no, we had snow. And you already know, Susan, how us Southerners react to snow. That everything's been closed for just 2 days now. All the dentists, doctors, nail salons, you name it, everything is closed. Schools, all of it closed, shut tight. They are not going anywhere. Okay, that's one. Let me do the other one real quick while we're sitting here doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's trying to stay home or work from home. We got mainly sleet. So of course it's nothing but ice, which has been a pain because I'm not about to go out in the ice especially. There. All right. Both of those are done. So now what we're going to do is put this on with dimensional. With glue dots. It's because everything else is already enough, I think. There. Ha ha. Isn't that so pretty and so easy? All right, let's see what to do with the rest of the card. All right. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to start off with white. Again, use your bone folder to get a good crisp fold. Okay, so now we're going to put this on, but we're going to put it on with dimensionals. If I can find mine right here. So again, you have to kind of figure it out, how many of these that you need. And there's not a wrong or a right. Do you see that? So let's try that. I may have to put some small ones, but I think... Okay, so now we're going to center it. Try to center it. Well, it might help if I take the back saw. So silly. Oh, thank you, Susan. Ice is treacherous. It sure is. There. Okay, so all we're doing is centering that. See that? Okay, so now we're going to put this in. Now, because we've lifted all this up, I'm just putting this in flat. So Okay. Just fit it in there and wiggle it around. I'm using liquid adhesive so that I have a little bit of wiggle room, but look at that contrast. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? All right, so now what we're going to do is the exact same thing we just did. We're going to put these colors back on here. Just add them like that. Does that make sense? All right, here we go. Just add them on. I'm going to put 2 on here. Okay. We stayed in and watched the bird feeders all day today. Those poor little birds. They don't know what to do with all this snow. And yeah, they all got pretty testy with each other. I felt bad for them. And my son and his girlfriend gave us a bird watcher. And they're so funny. And the one we have has 2 compartments. And one of them, my husband puts in sunflower seeds. And, you know, the cardinals are all over that. And then the other one has this, the seeds are already open and all that's there are the pulp. And you would think all the birds would go right to the, you know, pulp. Only the little birds go to that one. It's so funny. And even when the cardinals or the bigger birds know that they don't have to open up the seeds, they go right to the sunflower seeds anyway. It's funny. You see what colors I'm using. And we know already how to decide what colors to use because we Stampin' Up! Tells us, right? So, okay. Last one. All right. What did I do with the what did I do with my twine? Maybe I won't put twine this time. I'll put I'll have to go back and put something, maybe some bling of some kind. Did I use up all mine? I think I used it all up. Okay, it's okay. I'm looking around, I don't see any. Nope. I mean, it's still really pretty, right? Ah. I mean, I like it with this better, but I mean, I'm going to go back and add some gems to it because I don't want to make y'all wait for me to go looking for it. But I hope y'all enjoyed that. I love using the decorative masks. It just adds so much. And next month we have some new online exclusives coming, and we're able to order some of the products now, and they have this gorgeous suite that has the decorative masks, stamp set and all of that. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get it and try the decorative masks with the flowers that they have. Very spring oriented. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry that I'm coming in on Thursday instead of Wednesday. For whatever reason, it was, a mess last night and I couldn't get anything to work. But anyway, it all fell back together again tonight. So I thank you so much for coming back and watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, certainly just leave them in the comments. If you're new to my channel, please give me a thumbs up. Follow me. I'm also what's the word? I'm streaming this to YouTube too. So if you're watching this on YouTube, follow me. It really helps my business so much. And you guys have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. You guys have a great week. And just remember, we've only got how many more weeks? 2 more weeks or less of celebration. So if there's something you want, you need to go on and get it now. They added in a second grouping of supplies that you can choose from. If you're interested in joining my team, we would love to have you. I'll be glad to explain how that works. You do not have to do Facebook's lives or any kind of classes. You could be just a happy shopper and get 20% off. So I'll be glad to explain all of that. If you join now, you get some extra products in your starter kit. So you don't want to miss this opportunity. Or if you do, the starter kit's always a great deal, but right now it's even extra special. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.